My dear people of Southern Cameroons, accept revolutionary greetings from me, John Bakuro. Today, the 22nd of October, today is Thursday, October 22, 2020. Today, I'm coming to remind all and sundry that we are just 2 days to the close of this very important survey. This very important survey commissioned by the group known as the Coalition for Negotiations and Dialogue. My dear brothers and sisters of the Southern Cameroons, as I pointed out earlier, this survey, although it is commissioned by the CND, it is being actually executed by a very renowned survey organization known as SurveyMonkey, based in New York in the United States of America. Like I've also pointed out earlier, we have previously seen that Cardinal Christian Toomey and his group, the AGC, did conduct another survey on the ground where they spoke to a lot of our people. And like he himself said, they tried to use tricks and questions and all whatnot just to make sure they will be able to have genuine responses from the people. But despite every trick to wrap federalism, to wrap decentralization, to wrap unitarism, to wrap even confederation in other forms to offer to the people were clairvoyant enough always to go out there, pick the option order everywhere and indicate that what they want is absolute independence. Do we get tired of proving and demonstrating to the world that what we want is total freedom? Should we ever get tired? Now, just take a look at what has happened, just so that you understand the importance of numbers. Look at what has happened with the situation of the NSAS protest movements in Nigeria. It is not up to 3 weeks. Nigeria has not lost 100 people just yet. But my dear brothers and sisters, world powers are beginning to weigh in. Even the ongoing US presidential election did not stop some of the officials in this country to come out there and call out the Nigerian government. We saw the Democratic presidential candidate, Mr. Joe Biden, come out with a very strong statement. I will not be surprised if President Trump does same. But why, a lot of our people have been asking, would they pay attention to Nigeria, where less than 100 people have been killed, where this thing started just a few days ago? But we have seen people being slaughtered like pigs in southern Cameroons for 4 years today, and we have not heard from those people. The answer finds itself in numbers. My dear people, we are 8 million. Let us at every occasion show at least that we matter. Even if we are not the hundreds of millions of people that Nigerians are, with our 8 million, if at any occasion we behave like we did on the 22nd of September 2017, like we did again on the 1st of October 2017, like we did on the 1st of October 2019, like we even did this past 1st of October 2020, we will at least at some point be able to attract that attention that we need. My dear people, take this survey seriously. I know some people have already come out there and have even called it a spy survey. Some have called it a scam. The last time I took the pains off to even read the names of those who were in the advisory board of the Coalition for Negotiations and Dialogue. But I want you to know that the advisory board is even different from those who even make up this coalition. These are Southern Cameroon's professionals, all of them. A lot of them medical doctors based in the United States, a lot of them financial experts, a lot of them experts in various domains of project management. In fact, they are from all walks of life. Some of them are university professors. These are people who have a good history of fighting and standing up for the people of the Southern Cameroons. We saw Ms. Nwana Judith at the UN Security Council. My dear people, whenever they tag you a federalist, they tag you a spy, they tag you an enabler, don't worry. I have been called those names. I have been called all kinds of names. But my dear brothers and sisters of the Southern Cameroons, especially those of you on ground zero who know me, who have operated with me there for at least 19 years, seen and listened to me on radio, on TV, and, read me in newspapers, you know the heart that I have in me. You know what I have been doing. I don't need to come here to struggle to justify myself. By the way, some of those who call others names and all of those things and give tax to people, I wonder if they are really what they are. But this is not the subject of the discussion of today. I really often don't like getting down into low energy. I want us to concentrate our energy on the things that will help move the struggle forward. I'd like to take a simple example of these people who seek to be more righteous than others. Did you and I not see this guy who calls himself Success in Congo on motion television, on social media, tearing his Cameroon passport? Oh yes, he did that, and saying this is the end. It is finished with La République du Cameroun. At that time, people clapped for him. People cheered him. People said, this is absolutely the one person who can count on. Where is he today? I have mentioned other examples before. I don't want to get into all of those. Just like to tell you, it is not because they say we are restorationists and others are federalists that makes them restorationists. What matters is what I say and do, especially what I do, and what I do publicly and even in the dark. You know you can touch me at any angle and I will tell you. The last time when I came on this platform to stomp for the All Southern Cameroons People's Conference, some people fought it relentlessly and said it was something meant for federalists to go and sit down and drown restorationists. They were wrong. At the end of the day, they all came there. Today, some of them are even citing it as one of their achievements in the area of looking for collaboration. But they were the same people who said yesterday it was meant for federalists, it was an infiltration, it was this simply because they didn't organize it, simply because they didn't initiate it. They were wrong. From that conference emerged the SCLC, which unfortunately got dampened by the arrival of the Swiss initiative. And talking about the Swiss initiative, I will be coming out with a very important communication on this on Sunday. That is in 2 days. I will want us to revisit that initiative, ask ourselves questions, and then map out together a way forward. That said, let us concentrate on this survey because we're just 2 days away from completion. Make sure you complete this survey. Call friends and family. Guide them. Those who have difficulties, help them to complete this survey. And to you, our people who are living in refugee camps in Nigeria, in Ghana, everywhere, there is a link that has been sent out specifically to you people in the camps, to you people, the refugees in camps in Nigeria, in Ghana, and in other neighboring countries to the Southern Cameroons. This is very important. I've recorded another short video which is circulating on radio and WhatsApp to enable you to understand the importance of this survey. Don't hesitate to take this survey. Our operatives on the ground will be coming to your camps. They will move from camp to explain to you the importance of this, and they have just today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow to ensure that we all complete this survey. And then just before I come out of, this talk about our people in the refugee camps, specifically those in Nigeria, a development has reached my ears. Some of you, out of difficulties, out of want, hunger, and poverty, you are doing a very dangerous thing to yourselves, shooting yourselves in the leg. I understand the mayors of, or the impostor mayors of Eyumojok and Mamfe have been sending a lot of people into the camps to buy your refugee cats, and you give them out. You willingly sell them to take money and buy food, not knowing that you are selling out your own future. All of those cats that the mayors of Eyumojok and Mamfe have been gathering from you people, buying, you don't ask yourself why you are selling your own ID. When you sell your ID, it's like you are selling yourself, like you're offering yourself on a platter of gold to the same enemy you are running away from. And so they've gathered all those IDs. You have heard on other platforms that Mr. Changaponji is visiting Manu. At this point in time, this moment I'm talking, he's even already in Manu. All of those cards will be gathered. They will now get even people who are on the spot to stand together, hold those cards before motion television before TV cameras. They will be shown on CRTV and other multiple television channels to claim that these are people who were refugees who have decided to return because everything has come back to normal. And that will be used against you, used to dampen your future, used to continue frustrating you, used to continue messing up your life. No matter how hard the times are, my dear people and sisters, my dear brothers and sisters, I beg your pardon, never ever go to the extent of selling your identity, of selling yourself. Be very careful what you do with some of these things. These people don't like you. These people are not working for your interest. These people have one thing that drives them: getting power, hanging on to power, getting illicit wealth, and multiplying this illicit wealth as much as possible. Your interest is none of their concern. You have to be aware about this and be very, very careful the way you conduct yourself. And now to end it on this survey, when you will pick up this survey and you begin to do it, I gave guidelines in my last video communications, and so you can actually go back to it. But for the benefit of those who may not have the opportunity to be going back to that because we have very little time left, I've picked out just 4 questions that I want to use again to illustrate what you have to watch out for in this survey. The first is question number 16 that talks about the root cause. I know some of you have heard marginalization, assimilation, imperialism, and all of those things. You may think that perhaps that is the right answer. If you pick marginalization at question number 16, what you are saying is that if at all the governance problems of La République du Cameroun are resolved, we would continue staying with them. You will not have any problem, but which is not true. That is not the root cause of this problem. The root cause of this problem is failed decolonization, is Bosch decolonization. Bam Fongalanfo, Bandangam, Fongojidinka, all of those who have come before us, who have tried to explain and write on these things over and over, have reminded us all the time that the issue at stake is Bosch decolonization. If the United Nations did its job, along with Britain, that's the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, in 1961, we will not be here. Some of our people will not be in Nigeria. We will not find ourselves in the République du Cameroun. We will be independent because the mandate that was given to them by the United Nations, since we're a UN trust territory, given to the United Kingdom to prepare us for independence, was not fulfilled. Their mandate was to prepare us for independence and not to prepare us for something called independence by joining. So absolutely on question number 16, the root cause of our troubles is failed decolonization, not marginalization. It is failed decolonization. Then on to question number 17, which will be talking about the form of state. And they'll be asking you which form of state is most likely to solve or to address the root cause of this problem. The root cause, again, of course, I have pointed out earlier that the root cause was failed decolonization. And the only thing that can be done to resolve, to address that root cause is complete independence. So on question number 17, if you are a restorationist like myself, then your response should be picking fully independent state. Fully independent. I think that's even the last option proposed as a response to that question number 17. And then on question number 18, this is where the trick is. Just like Cardinal Tumi said, that in their own survey, they put a lot of things, try to wrap up, decentralization, wrap up federalism, wrap up even what they call confederation, to try and propose it to the people. The people still ignored it and went and chose order and talked about complete independence and nothing to do with La République du Cameroun. This is how question number 18 is, because it says which form of state is least likely to address the concerns of the people of the Southern Cameroons, or to fully address the root cause of this case. Which form of state is least likely, not most likely. So there, if you go and pick fully independent state, which is the last but one option, you will be saying that even with independence, the root cause of this problem will not be addressed, which is not true. So my advice to those of you who are restorationists, to those of you who stand for total and complete unconditional independence, like myself, I picked order, and then I now went on to type that we need absolute independence. We want to have nothing to do with La République du Cameroun. No relationship with the Republic of Cameroon. That is what I did for question number 18. And so I'm saying I'm not asking you to do exactly what I did, but I'm recommending that if you are for total independence, like myself, that is what you should do. You should take order, and then you go in that field of order and indicate clearly that we don't want to have any relationship again in any form with the Republic of Cameroon. And then the final question I want to address is question number 20. Question number 20 asks for the form, the kind of mediation that we think would be the best. Like I said earlier, the United Nations created this mess. They should be the ones to resolve it. But then they can pick anybody and give them the power to assist in resolving it. So I picked a UN mandated mediation. There are other options, including the African Union, the Swiss process, and the likes, and the La République du Cameroun. My dear brothers and sisters, take note. When the United Nations mandates anybody, any power, they have the full backing of the United Nations Security Council, because that generally gets done as a resolution of the United Nations Security Council. So once they have the backing of the Security Council, they don't need anybody to give a mandate to anyone or to say, yes, I accept or I refuse, because they have the leverage over all the countries in the world. So this is absolutely important. And like I said the last time, the United Nations can still mandate Switzerland. It can mandate the United States of America. It can mandate even the African Union. It can mandate anyone, but at that time it is different, because this is higher power. And that is what we want. That is what we need in this case. So at that level, I picked a UN mandated mediation. And if you are for absolute and complete independence, and you think that we need to have a situation where any form of peace talks that hold, the outcome should be implementable, then that is the option that we have to take. This said, my dear brothers and sisters of the Southern Cameroons, I don't want to make this conversation long. All what I want to say is, as your own form of contribution in ensuring that we attain our objective, make sure you don't go to bed today without calling at least 30, 40, 50 people and guiding them through the completion of this survey. Let us continue always to make our numbers work. Let us ignore the supportations of saboteurs. At every given point in time, anything that is in the right direction, wherever it is coming from, I will support it. I am not a member of the Coalition for Negotiations and Dialogue, but this initiative from them is a good initiative. That is why I am supporting it. When the Never Again campaign started, I didn't even know who was at the helm of it, but I looked at the petition and said it was good. I came out here and I stormed. Let us support it. Let us keep supporting any initiative that we think is in the right direction, wherever it is coming from. The most important thing is that by all means, every single day, let us ensure that we are moving. By all means, let's keep moving. Let's keep being busy, doing one thing or the other that will help move us forward. I will talk on Sunday about the Swiss initiative, but I'll also talk about collaboration. There's been a lot of talk about collaboration lately. A lot of ink is flowing. A lot of saliva is flowing. I will talk about this elaborately on Sunday. My dear brothers and sisters, we have to, as a people, know what is good for us and go for what is good for us, no matter who asks us to do it, no matter where it is coming from. Yes, as long as we find that it is a good idea, let's develop it, let's own it, let's execute it. To God be the glory.